Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition on Nightmare. You are currently looking at the completed and customized face of my hawk. I did my best to make him look like, the canon hawk from this world state, using Dragon Age 2 reference pictures now. Unfortunately, there's not the same hairstyle, and the face just sort of works differently. Sorry about the belching. I should be gone now. Oh, so maybe not. But I think he looks good. He's pretty close to what I want him to be. And we're going to accept changes and meet the champion of purple. As we'll introduce. I feel underdressed, because that armor's awesome.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus.
He looks correct.
You and I did fight him after all.
I also gave him a eye scar to opposite
You've
my
already
own.
dropped half a mountain on the bastard. I'm sure anything I can tell you pales in comparison.
I love you, sarcastic hawk. I've heard stories about you.
Oh, I don't know. You did save a city from a horde of
They're just
rampaging
sassing back and
Kunari.
forth, and I love
I
it.
don't see how that really applies. Or is there a horde of rampaging Kunari I don't know about?
There's a Kunari. He almost qualifies as a horde all by himself. Fortunately, he's on our side.
So, what can I tell you?
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
That's not good.
So Corypheus has the Venatori, the Red Templars, and now possibly the Wardens as well. Wonderful.
I didn't come this far just to give you bad news. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Logan. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify
Logain.
as
That's right.
corruption in the
Alistair's
ranks.
king.
Did your friend
Or his
disappear
queen.
with
And
them?
Logain
No.
lives as a Grey
He
Warden.
told me he'd be hiding
This
in
is
an
my
old
world
smuggler's
state,
cave
folks.
near Crestwood.
What were you investigating?
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Corypheus had Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you described.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
Thank you.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
Let's investigate, and I will just let you learn some about Hawk. Why are you alone?
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
My brother's a Grey Warden. I had my friend Adeline take him as far from Orlais as possible. When all the Wardens started acting strangely, I had to keep my family safe.
Too bad I wanted to be
Meryl
Carver.
was helping elven refugees who were displaced by the
Romance
war.
Meryl.
I didn't want to take her away from that. Meryl spent enough time fighting for the fight.
What is Barrett?
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. A little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, "Has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess."
Fought
He said you
Corypheus.
thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him in prison. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the light somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Yep. Where have you been?
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save forced the Divine to divide the forces to come after them.
Makes sense.
Turned out, I mean, it wasn't. All the circles started rising up. The exalted march never came.
What
I'd like
Anders?
to know more about Anders. What was he like?
Complicated. It's not like the minstrels make it out to be. He's not just a monster or a hero. Or maybe he's both. He was trying to change the world. He knew he couldn't have a peaceful.
Makes sense. Nothing now.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at present.
So that's Hawk. I'll answer this now. No, he doesn't become a party member. Losses. That would be. But he is here. Champion of Kirkwall and me. I'm gonna take a picture via Steam. You're just gonna have to deal with it. No, it didn't work. I lied. Moving along. So, yeah. We'll talk about Corypheus in a second. First, I'm gonna fast travel very rapidly in and out of here. You're going to go to the hinterlands, nowhere big, and you're going to notice some changes happen on my way back, and it's going to unlock some things that I want to do before I head out. So, Corypheus. He's our big bad we've stumbled upon now. As Hawk mentioned, him and Varric and all the Dragon Age 2 companions went and fought him in a DLC called Legacy. Legacy was the first big DLC for Dragon Age 2. There was a second called Mark of the Assassin. And in Legacy, you went to a big tomb and you found Corypheus was corrupting people and that his seal was breaking free and you needed to destroy him because you could not permanently seal him. So that's what you guys thought you did. You killed him, except it turns out he's able to escape. Now, that game sort of hints at how he escapes, and this game loosely confirms it, but indirectly. That game sort of seemed to be hinting at the idea that he escaped by possessing the body of the Great Warden. You were that there were two choices, Larius and Janica. Larius was old and dying and corrupted, but good and wanted to kill Corypheus, and Janica was a new warden, a mage, who wanted to take control of his powers. Suggests that, sort of hinted that he takes their bodies at the end of that DLC and lives on, and we were proven right as he came back to become the main villain here. Like he says, and we'd seen, he's one of the original Tevinter Magisters who stormed the supposedly Golden City to try and find the Maker. He tells us that there never was a Golden City. My banners. Oh, so this is what I was saying with the banners linked into my story. You had to unlock all the other parts of that. So the Deus banners just look like that. That's boring, so I'm going to replace it. But anyway, he claims that the Golden City never was a Golden City, and that it was already corrupted into the quote-unquote Black City when he got there. And that, he, I'm gonna go change the banner because I don't like it. And that, as a result, he's, that's the truth of it. They became the Darkspawn because that place was already corrupted, but, yada yada yada. So, banner. Let's see, try the base banner, that's interesting. Top. Let's go with the Magi. Bed. We go with change the heraldry, maybe. Put some Dalish heraldry. That's cool. And yeah. So, I just need to grab here special shipments. I have some random items from the DLC thing that I got, and then schematics for the dragon items that you started the game with. You can now make good higher level versions of those. So, for instance, I could go in and make Staff of the Dragon, which is basically the same as the Magister Staff that I have now. So it's just a matter of which one I like better. So it's style, and I'm not really sure which one I like better. The metal color shows up better in the Staff of the Dragon. A little bit, not completely. Now you can see how pretty it looks on things. See why I like the color green. Anyway, back to my... Sorry, getting distracted. Back to the main point. The idea is that Corypheus really is who he says he is, and he is the founding of the Darkspawn, the people who cause the Darkspawn to exist. That is his fault. We don't know for sure if that's true or not, but it seems like it is, and whether or not, I don't know, other things are true is to be questioned as well. So this would be good if I wasn't over-leveled. I think, let's see what Blackwall thinks about the here. He actually likes his better. Cassandra loses some strength but gains a bunch of DPS. So Cassandra can have this big giant ass red lyrium sword. And then we have a new party member. So we're going to be using daggers. And his name is Cole. And we don't want any of these. These aren't good. I just want to compare these, so that one's real good. That one's real good. Healing kill's also good, though. So the question, do we want to go with that, or that's the blade of Tuna allied, so that's all red and lyrium and gross and stuff, it's cool. Which one's better? There's a chance to apply poison that does bonus damage to living. I'm gonna go with DPS here. Actually, swatch these. So these, because you want the higher one to be in the main hand. And we can get rid of this blade. So this stuff looks like this. Anyways, he'll level up in daggers shortly. Shields, Kunai Buckler, not as good. We're just doing some slight inventory management. That still can't be used. That's not good. That's not good. Dorian, how do you feel about? I went the complete wrong way for Dorian. So after this, that has better magic and willpower, so you can keep that. Vivian, how do you feel about this? Lose magic willpower when you gain all that stuff. Okay, have a good time. Solus, you just like your bonus willpower, so that's good. Yeah. Two-handed weapons, air shock battle axe. That is something that fits a certain Kunari friend of mine. Unfortunately, while it's cool, and I would like to give it to him because it's suiting for his style, the air shock battle axe does not have those bonuses to stats that he has. So we get rid of it. And that's cool, but it's not that big a deal. That, we now know we can get rid of. Cassandra, maybe she likes even this better. This is... That has on hit gained 3 guard. That is a useful ability. So now we get to sell that as well. This is a ridiculous sword then. Ridiculous. Alright. Now, armor wise, oh god. Chancer Mail is really great for anyone, I think. Well, we'll see. So let's maybe use it. Oh, perfect. I love it. Vivian. No. I'll give it to someone else. You can like nice and pretty. First coat goes away. Mage Cowl is useless. Mercenary coat is unfortunately useless. 3 free armor, not good. And full. Yes, better. So, those are all gone. Accessories. Magic defense. I'm not gonna give that to anyone. Punch and slash. Let's give it to Cassandra. She has to shield bash and challenge. In that case, let's give this to Blackwall. Pommel strike. We'll be getting, and then these finally go to Cole, saving them for. And that is all of the accessories. Okay. Next on the agenda. Before I do what I was about to do, leveling people. People have levels. We need to distribute them. She does not have lungeons. Oh no, that's why. So I didn't give her lungeon slash. That's fine. Pick upgrades because upgrades are easy. Dorian's fine. Blackwall. Upgrade lungeon slash and do that. Cole needs 13 points. Do I get twin flanks and spinning blades? Yeah. All of those, and then we're gonna give him some stealth just to make his life a little bit easier. Yep. He is the knife in the gun. that reference, I love you. And if you're a girl and you get that reference, and you're interested in me, and you don't consider this creepy, let's get married. I'm just kidding. That is a terrible thing to say. Yes, Adventures. Solus, what do you want? Go with you, and you. Better up with me. Alright. I probably should have saved some people's points, because pretty soon when we take people out and about, we're going to unlock something for them. Additional skill trees. Additional skill trees, whatever you could mean. Well, I'm glad you asked. Every character in this game has a specialization, and so there's 3 per class, and I now am able to choose one of those 3 for myself by going over to there.
Inquisitor.
Press the best button. Summon, train with these specialists will ensure the Inquisitor will remain at their height. So I'm going to do that. So, we have tons of new missions, and things to do them from gain Orzamar's friendship. Orzamar's not as important. We received a message from Orzammar, knowing an ancient Darkspawn threat. Thedas, King Balin officially declared his support for the Inquisition. 36 minutes. Advise sending a delegation to Orzammar as soon as possible to cement this alliance.
Let us begin.
Alright, Balin, you're on. This is something we're going to need in a second. Ports of Darkspawn activity. Ports of Darkspawn activity on the Storm Coast. While the area is sparsely populated, the Darkspawn poses a significant threat to travelers, as well as Inquisition soldiers stationed on the coast. Should the Darkspawn branch away from the region, villagers further inland may be at risk. Receive a few scouts to sneak past the Darkspawn and try to determine where they're coming from. Ground. Ascend scouts.
Inquisitor.
Scouts are good. This is a longer one, and this is a quest. Oh, this is important. Protect Clan Lavalin. Dalen, I would not trouble you normally. You have enough on your shoulders, fighting agents to ensure magistrates representing your people. Unfortunately, the rifts that plague this land have spread chaos and fear along with them, and many seek to take advantage of it. Bandits are attacking Clan Lavalin. Raiders are well armed and heavily armored, and when they come in numbers our hunters cannot match. We had settled in a small unclaimed valley not far from Wycombe, a safe place with few risks, but these bandits may force us to get home. Your Inquisition can help. You will avoid several clamorous hardship. No single bands will attack Thedas' capital's force. My troops can give the Daedalus much needed support. Yes, send our troops to protect my clan. So everyone's busy with something for the moment. A few of them will be finished quickly, which is good because I still have more nonsense to take care of. Let us... And now I should emerge to find my specialization trainers. It'll teleport me over to where they are for a moment for a cutscene. That's why it's loading a little longer than normal. And there we have it. Our 3 trainers. The fun thing about Skyhold is that you can jump from things and there is no more fall damage. Because you can't die here. This is the lady I wish to talk to.
Hold and declare, Inquisitor.
What do you mean?
I ask your intent. I was summoned to oversee training, and I would know my charge. I am your commander in this matter. Commander Helene.
Welcome, Commander. Yes.
Thank you for coming, Commander Helene.
Commander will suffice for you. I teach the skills of the knight in charge.
Aha!
It is a rank. It is a life. Understanding its hierarchy is the first step. You already know this. You were not made Inquisitor and then dismissed to be. I will teach you how to rise to your place. How to join your warriors, spectral blade in hand.
It's everything I want.
And command the ranks while standing beside them. Are you ready?
I don't even want... okay. I will ask a few questions for the
Tell me why this would
uninformed.
best suit me.
I cannot. Only you know if you are fit to lead with more than that. Do you have the mettle to raise a blade in grand melee? To have your presence make heroes of your charges? This is a path for leaders. You tell me if you are worthy.
Be served.
Who granted your rank? What forces have you served with?
I cannot say.
Then how do I know you're capable?
You know because I have told you, and I will teach you the same authority.
Elsa's human being.
Commander is a title I associate with human forces.
Knight Enchanter has roots in elven tradition, but it has utility in every tradition. There are no borders for the mage who wields a spectral blade. There is respect, and there is fear.
Show me what's involved.
I'm ready to learn what you know.
Then we will begin the simple steps, recruit. And we shall see what heights you reach. You have a task, a simple construction. Go, learn, and return. Soon you will lead from the front. Soon you will command.
Not gonna bother with the other two quests. So, Way of the Night Enchanter. Wisp Essences, got it. And Lacerite, don't have it. I know where to get Lacerite, however. I also know that there's another part of that I need to find, which is I need to find a book. A book that teaches me how to be a Knight Enchanter. This is actually unrelated. So is the recent news. Haven destroyed by darkest menace. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrim Sanctuary of Haven, home to the Inquisition, has been destroyed. I'm trying to read this like an old-timey newscaster. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are now beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and anti-Inquisition leadership survived and found refuge elsewhere. Crier Bellinus. Wow, being an old-timey newscaster is hard. I have respect for that dude on Korra, even if I don't respect Korra in and of itself. So let's do two quick things. You can go to here, and I'm going to go back to the war table for a second, and then I have some things at the throne to do. That's right, the throne. I want to burn some time up. Actually, let's go to the throne next. So you notice I can locate a book. The Way of the Night Enchanter. From rank and roll in victory, Commander Helene's words make one passage stand out. Many are reluctant to include the rank, but that is because it is rare enough that they have not seen it deployed. Most change their mind when they fight alongside. All change their mind when they fight against. And I count. The training was not pleasant for me. When I first exited my circle, I was a babe new to the world, and then I was in battle in defense of nation and name. When the lines did form, my fellow mages took their positions in the rear, and I stepped forward. Then my place in the fray opened, and those of muscle and blade were around me, and I was not afraid, for I knew my role and worth, and soon did all others know them as well. Any concerns I had with the knights were not in the heat evaporated. All knew their rank, their place, and the value of that to our lives. Our blades were of different ken, but our purpose was clear and defined. On the field, in the battle, I command. Okay, so decided we're going to do the throne first. I have my reasons. Okay, let's go to the throne. Sit. Sit at your throne, Inquisitor.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it.
Truth.
It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment. Where you will sit in judgment.
Will I judge?
Who will I be judging exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Killing enough people as it is.
Do I really need to oversee even more death? I'm nearly at capacity.
I share your distaste for more bloodshed, but it needn't come to that. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Let us begin.
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
So, my first judgment.
This was a surprise. After you return from the dogs,
This
you
one.
discovered this man attacked the building with a goat.
Perfect.
Chief Movran the Under. He feels slighted by the killing of his Avar tribesmen, who repeatedly attacked you first. What should we do with him? Where should he go?
With a goat?
You answered the death of your clan with a goat.
A courtroom? Unnecessary. You killed my idiot son, and I answered, as is my custom, by smacking your soldiers with goat's blood.
His hair clips to his hood. It is bizarre.
Don't look at me.
You're the ambassador.
You meant to murder to vengeance, but got feisty with your Inquisition. A red-headed mother guarantees a brat. Do as you've earned.
Alright.
My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
Drive them out of my lands. Call it Gibbet. I'm an exile him to Dementor. This is a fun option. We pick it.
It seems our conflict was accidental, Chief
Get an
Morfran,
agent.
but it can't be repeated. I banish you and your clan, with as many weapons as you can carry, to Tevinter.
My idiot boy got us something after all.
It's true. Everyone approves of this. They're all like, this is a good use of these people. They're gonna go and they're gonna fight in Tevinter and everything's gonna be better. But now we have another thing to sit in judgment of. This one is slightly more serious. Just a bit.
You recall Garion Alexius of Tevinter. Ferelden has given him to us as an acknowledgement of your aid. The formal charges are apostasy, attempted enslavement, and attempted assassination, on your own life, no less. Tevinter has disowned and stripped him of his rank. You may judge the former magister as you see fit.
These are grave charges.
I remember what would have happened to Thedas if his treachery had succeeded.
I couldn't save my son. Do you think my fate matters to me?
Will you offer nothing more in your defense?
You've won nothing. The people you saved, the acclaim you've gathered. You lose it all in the storm to come. Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
Tranquilize him, which is not good. You can only ever pick this if you're a mage, I believe, which is interesting. Want him researching magic. Serve by those mages. Imprison him. I was going to be myself. I want him researching magic.
Your magic was theoretically
Another
impossible,
agent acquired.
Alexius. I could use people like you. Your sentence is to serve, under guard, as a researcher on all things magical for the Inquisition.
No execution.
Kandra's not super happy. Everyone else pretty much likes it. We use him as best as we can. And he wanted to die. He was sort of tired of living. But we get Sandra. And that is all I have to sit in judgment for the moment. But that gave me some agents, too. One of which is a secrets agent, Alexius, who will help me get the lockpicking. Let me check out this Dalish banner. I like the Dalish banner. We're going to keep that. Like I said, he'll help me with the lockpicking perk that I seek to get the next time I get an Inquisition perk. I don't remember what the Avar guy is in terms of what group he fits under as far as being an agent. Perks. Forces. That's regulars. Band. Blades Viserion. Sprints. Master of Disgrace. Favorites. Tanner. Connections. So it says I got him as an agent, but it does not. He does not appear anywhere, which is interesting. Very interesting. But those are my agents. So we need to unlock some new areas to explore. So this is plot relevant and important. Spend 8 power to unlock Crestwood, where Hawk said he found his warden friend. But not go there quite yet. And then I would like to investigate the western approach, because what I'll tell you is that this is where I can get the materials to make my Knight Enchanter blade, my spear hilt. And there's 2 more areas. I know that we're going to go to the Exalted Plains. And then I also know we're going to go to the Emerald Graves. There's 2 other areas that I can unlock, but they are both 20 cost power and are way higher level than me. So I'm not going to unlock them quite yet. Could also do this plot mission, which is recommended levels 12 to 15. Seeing as how we're level 12, I'm going to say no. And I was hoping that these people would, we were waiting long enough for someone to finish them. So he's almost done. His quest, the operation, she's almost done. And then Josephine's will take slightly longer, which will give me time next episode to do things. So we're going to wait it out for just a few more seconds, and then we're decorations, send them on new ones, and then I will cut the episode, and we will continue next time. But, so, Commander Cullen. Our troops had made good time to Wycombe and enter the valley in force. The Dalish were greatly surprised to see Inquisition soldiers coming to fight on their behalf. When we broke the line of attacking bandits, the Dalish were quick enough to fight by our side. Our combined forces killed most of the bandits and drove the few survivors away. I doubt they will come back, though they were indeed well armed. Duke Antoine of Wycombe offered his gratitude for dealing with the bandits and gave the Inquisition his hospitality while we were near his city. He has promised to ensure that no further harm comes to the Dalish while they are near Wycombe. Lieutenant Lane Chambertre, whatever. Gold 85. So cool. Protected my clan. And reports Darkspawn activity. Sister Leliana. After a few close calls, we managed to find where the Darkspawn are emerging in the Storm Coast. If you seal for access to the surface, probably close will see fewer of them in Dornton. So that unlocked some missions on the Storm Coast that we can go back to at some point. We have lots more. But Lavalon is protected for now, which is important. Shadows over Denerim. Inquisitor, first things first, an apology. I offer the Royal Mages safe harbor in Ferelden only to have them drive my uncle out of his own town, so I'll admit I wasn't the best in moves when I first met you. I just wanted everyone out of Redcliffe and didn't care who was responsible for what. Now I wish I'd done otherwise. Isn't that always the way? These cultists, Venatori I think they're called, we have them in the Royal Palace, or so I'm told. Like rats, full of magic and nasty sneers. I don't know what they're up to, but I need to find them and drive them out. The Inquisition knows all about them, I'm hoping you'll help. Something, grateful something. Wait, did you just write that? You scribes do this on purpose, don't you? King Alistair Thorin. I am just the agent in mind for this, allow me to send her to dinner to hunt down the Venator spies, send forces to aid in the manhunt. It should help, but everyone should see us doing it. That mission's a bit longer, I will set that at a different time, but that's an interesting one. Reclaiming the Mage Rebellion. Fiona, we got the word out to everyone we could, but some cells which are remote to reach. We'll need the Inquisition to contact them, at least let them know the Templars are gone. They are gone, right? Right? Sketch. Oh, Sketch, I remember him. Send your agent with a mage for Redcliffe to persuade these cells to come in. They're likely afraid to come out of hiding. I get that a few mountain or soldiers from the agent over here. Yeah, I like agents. And then Colin needs something to do. Search for the Hack Raider. Ruffles. First off, you play a mean hand of Wicked Grace. Second, the lead you dug out for me on finding this Balin Forth guy in Kirkwall is starting to show some promise. Got my editor to look around for me. She's a coterie boss, so people will tell her things whether they want to or not. She tracked down the poor sod carrying the manuscripts out of Kirkwall, so this is where it gets weird. The courier is a magistrate, Lord Werner Cameron. The coterie won't touch with a 10-foot pole. Maybe you can play word with him for me. Magistrate courier, he has to be involved with something else. Let's find out what. What if he favors the Viscount's office? Friend of the Kirkwall Guard. So Colin doesn't sound like he's the best in that situation. That's resource gathering that I don't want to do. Script for the Inquisition. That settles it. We face a Darkstar Magistrate with ransom that looks suspiciously like an archdemon. I defy anyone to tell me that this is no blame. We have Blackwall's treaties, we have cause. This requires little persuasion. What we need is information. The more great war names, let's make losing the tight slips. Information and conscience are well enough, but gold secures 6 states or more. We need to bolster our forces with more soldiers. Let's get more soldiers.
All right.
Put them on a slightly longer mission. And next time, I will be heading out to the unlocked Western Forge because I can get the materials to forge my spear blade and specialize into the Knight Enchanter, which I will be setting as my active quest now.